Back to the Jake Asman Show. Time now for some quick hits.
We gotta move quickly.
There's no time.
Move fast there, come on! And here we go on a Friday installment of America's favorite sports talk radio segment. It is time for quick hits right here on the Jake Asman Show. And quick hits this morning is brought to you by Tub O Towels Heavy Duty Cleaning. These wipes are ready to be put to the test on your toughest messes. These extra large 10x12 heavy duty cleaning wipes have over 30,000 5-star reviews for a reason. Unlike other wipes, Tub O Towels literally breaks the bond that holds dirt and grease on a surface to clean just about anything. Found in the hand cleaning aisle at O'Reilly, AutoZone, Advance, Napa, and Pep Boys. These wipes aren't just for hands. They may start in the garage, but they tend to end up in the home. Tub O Towels are proudly made in the USA. Even though they're tough on messes, they're gentle on hands. Put Tub O Towels to the test and clean up your mess. Additional information can be found at tubotowels.com. As we get quick hits rolling here on a very busy Friday show, we start with the head football coach of the New York Jets. Robert Saleh was on the Rich Eisen show yesterday, and get ready for this, Jet fans. He called the early season schedule for Zach Wilson and company a little baptism by what?
You look at all of it and you try to find the positives. At least I do. We've got a very, very young team, and it's going to be baptism by fire. I mean, we'll throw them out there, hit the road, and it's going to be fun to watch these young men grow together, because it's Joe and his staff have done a great job assembling a pretty cool roster, and it's just time to mesh and grow, but it is stuff you look at, but you just try to look at it from all angles and try to seek the positive.
Ron, were you baptized? And if so, were you baptized by fire?
I was baptized. I was an infant when I was baptized, so there could have been flames. I'm not 100% sure.
You don't remember. Can you call your mom?
I think when I touched the holy water, it did burst into flames, which caused some great concern.
It really is, just an unbelievable development here. Ron might have been baptized by fire, just like apparently the New York Jets will with their schedule. I love Robert Saleh, man. You've listened to him do every interview, and we're still in the honeymoon stages, Jet fans. We all can acknowledge that. I mean, he's not Adam Gase, so that's automatically a win, right off the bat. But Saleh comes across as very likable. Now, the Jets, go out there and stink. I'm going to be very upset, and I will be the first one to be critical. But so far, so good. I like what Saleh has said. I like how he has acted, and he's right. You look at the Jets' schedule, 5 of their first 8 games, I believe, are on the road. And ultimately, how Zach Wilson plays early on will be a big factor in whether or not the Jets can maybe surprise some people and, win more games than expected and maybe not have their season be, basically over by Halloween like it's been the last 5 years.
All right, so my question to you is this. When are you picking up your baptism by fire Jets t-shirt?
I'm surprised that Barstool has not made a shirt yet that says, baptism by fire, like Jet fans.
Just a flaming cauldron.
I mean, if Zach Wilson plays well, there'll be a lot of Zach Wilson t-shirts. Wall Street Wilson, Zach's Fifth Avenue, it's all coming. And, they got to make sure they...
Zach's Fifth Avenue. Did you just come up with that?
No, that's been pulled out there by...
Okay.
I like calling Zach Wilson the babyface assassin. Watch out.
Yeah.
Now, there
will be a promo later. Probably I'll see if I can get around to it today, where Tony and I did refer to him as Doogie Howser.
Okay, that works.
Because he looks like he's 12,
and that's okay as long as he goes out there and plays
well.
And
then in 5 years' time, he'll finally look like an NFL quarterback.
He could look like an alien if he helps the Jets win games. I'm all in.
Yeah, and when I say he'll finally look like an NFL quarterback, I'm not saying on the field. I'm just saying in a press conference, he'll actually look like an NFL quarterback.
All I know is we are the official show of Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson's mom, Lisa, followed me on Instagram yesterday.
Yep. So, did you follow her back?
I already followed.
Okay.
Of course.
And this is before she made it private.
This is before she made it private. Yeah. So, Jet fans, if you want your official, what is Zach Wilson's mom posting about the Jets and what's the latest with the Wilson family?
Got to go through you.
Unless you got in before she made her Instagram private.
Don't abuse it.
I won't abuse it. I'm going to try and get her on the show.
Yeah, but I mean, don't abuse the privilege that she extended to you.
Look, I take my responsibility as the voice of the Zach Wilson family on national radio. I take it very seriously, and I'm all in. He's wearing number 2. I bought the jersey yesterday from a certain website overseas. So, by the way, the Jets are selling jerseys for Zach Wilson for like $300 on the website. There is no chance in hell I would ever spend that much on anything. I wouldn't even spend $100 on a jersey. You know what it's like to be a Jet fan? Where every jersey you own, they might be off the team in a couple of years. So no, I buy it overseas for less than $30. It will be here in a month. I can't wait.
All right, this upcoming season, there's a late true or false edition for you.
Yep.
Who will get more radio time? Tom Brady Sr. or Lisa Wilson?
It's a good question. It's a good question. I'm going to say Tom Brady Sr. because there's not too much he could really say.
It's already been established.
And like, what could Tom Brady Sr. really say? Like his kid's the best quarterback of all time. Lisa's kid is just trying to establish himself as, as
looking like an NFL quarterback.
Well,
Doogie.
That's fair. I was going to go with, being a capable NFL quarterback, but that works as well. So there you go. So that's the latest with the Jets schedule. And of course, Zach Wilson officially picking number 2 to wear this upcoming season with the Jets. Elijah Moore, by the way, wearing number 8. Get used to all these rookies coming in and they were a single digit in college, keeping it when they head to the NFL. So Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss, the Jets' 34th overall selection, wearing number 8.
And the only bummer is that most of these players who would want to wear single number or change their jersey can't.
Because it costs so much to change.
Because it costs so much to change. So they're like, once they get that bill from Nike, they're like, never mind. I'll just keep.
They won't do it. But if you change teams, like Patrick Peterson, easy to go back to number 7.
Yeah.
Why not?
How many of them asked for a trade now? Maybe that's why Aaron Rodgers is asking for a trade.
Maybe we're on to something there as well.
Because he just wants to change his jersey number.
You make some good points there. You really do. You really do. Let's stay with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers and that whole situation. Aaron Jones yesterday on the Rich Eisen show was the latest Packer to comment about the Aaron Rodgers standoff.
Everybody who's asked, who's curious, we all want A-Rod back in Green Bay. I think that's obvious. He's a great leader, a great player, and a great person off the field, just somebody to learn from. He probably believes in you more than you believe in yourself when you're first coming in, and he just helps players develop. So, I love having him. I love having him around. I hope he continues to be my quarterback.
You could hope, but we still just don't know. I still think ultimately, until I see Aaron Rodgers get traded, it might be ugly over the summer. He might hold out for a little bit. But I think Rodgers is a smart guy. He will ultimately come to a sense that the Packers for this year give him the best chance to win. Give him the best chance to win another Super Bowl. You could say, well, Jake, what about the Broncos? I don't buy the Broncos as a better team with Aaron Rodgers than the Packers currently constructed. Denver's still in the division with Patrick Mahomes and now Justin Herbert. So, no, I don't think Denver is a better team than Green Bay. I think Rodgers just needs to, suck it up like MJ did his last year with the Bulls. And, if he wants to refer to the Packers GM as Jerry Krause, fine. I just sneezed it. But excuse me. Ultimately, the best opportunity for the Packers is with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, and the best chance for Rodgers to win another ring is at least go back to Green Bay for one more year, work it out in your contract where they have to release you after the year. You can opt out and they can't franchise you, and go pull a Brady and pick your destination for the final years of your career. But for this year, Green Bay still makes the most sense.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Just play the season, play disgruntled. Maybe don't take to the radio and spell out relax.
He hasn't done that yet.
No, I know, but I'm saying, maybe don't do that this year. And just put on another MVP performance. And then do what you want after that. If it's retire. If you want to go host Jeopardy, because that offer was extended to you, although I think it'll probably end up getting extended to Joe Buck. That's just me.
You really think Joe Buck's going to get Jeopardy?
Well, he's going to do it.
If he's offered it, why wouldn't he do it?
Yeah, no, but he's going to be a guest host later on the summer.
So you think he's going to just wow the crowd?
I think he's going to wow the crowd. I think he is.
I think Ken Jennings gets it. I think they stay in the.
Think Ken Jennings?
I think they stay in the family.
Maybe.
Aaron Rodgers wasn't even that good as a Jeopardy host.
No, he wasn't.
No one wants to say that. But he wasn't that good.
And I made the mistake of doing this the other night, and I regret it because my wife and I said, I told my wife, I said, you know what? The Connors, right? The TV show on ABC that's kind of like, it's not, I can't call it a spinoff of Roseanne because they just changed the name. It's still the same group of people. But we watched it because there was a lot of guest stars on it. I was like, I'm curious to see this. And they did a whole bit with Jeopardy where Aunt Becky, I can't remember Lori Metcalf.
Oh. That's not Aunt Becky.
No, not Aunt Becky. What?
Aunt Becky's
what was her name? She was Aunt something.
I don't know. You're talking to the wrong guy. I watch sports on television.
Well, I know, but you remember the show Roseanne, right? She was Roseanne's sister on the show. Anyways, Aaron Rodgers was on the show as the host of Jeopardy, and he couldn't even pull off acting like the host of Jeopardy.
He's just not a good host of Jeopardy.
And he's not a good actor.
He's better than, I guess, what people thought he'd be. But like the idea that Aaron Rodgers is this great Jeopardy host and Jeopardy's an option for him is nonsense. It's nonsense. He's not leaving football to make $8 million, if that, with Jeopardy or whatever. He's not turning down.
He'll end up being like the other Packer quarterback and just kind of fade in the distance and then do a jeans ad.
He can do whatever he wants. It's not going to be Jeopardy. I'll tell you that much. My God.
He'll do a jeans ad.
He could.
That'll get mocked.
I mean, what's the competition for Wranglers? Levi's? Aaron Rodgers should sign with Levi's.
Well, that'll be Northern California staple.
There you go. Maybe
works for him.
Maybe we're onto something there. Knicks Spurs last night. What a game. Knicks without Derrick Rose due to a sprained ankle fell behind 17 points to the Spurs in what was just a terrible third quarter. And then they figured out how to play Knicks basketball again. Yes, Knicks basketball. It's a positive, baby. Fourth quarter, RJ Barrett got hot during the comeback. He had 6 straight shots at one juncture. Finished the game with 24 points, including 5 of 9 from three-point range. Knicks beat the Spurs at the Garden, 102-98. This was RJ Barrett afterwards.
I think it shows our grit and our toughness. You know, we're never going to back down. We can always come back. You know, no matter what, ups, downs. You know, we got to figure it out. Got to figure out a way to win.
Got to figure out a way to win. Well, that's what the Knicks have done all year long, and they needed to win last night because Miami playing the Sixers, there was some thought, well, maybe if Miami were to lose to Philly playing for the 1 seed to lock it up, the Knicks could still get the 4 or the 5 seed because the Hawks aren't probably losing again, playing like the Rockets to wrap up the year. Like, it's over. The Hawks are probably going to be locked in as either the 4 or the 5, but the Knicks still have a chance because they have the tiebreaker over the Hawks if they were to get a loss by the Heat. But yesterday, Miami playing some of their best ball right now because, of course, they beat the Sixers 106-94. Bam Adebayo, 18 points, 12 rebounds. And Jimmy Butler, the star of the Miami Heat, is predicting a big-time postseason run for Miami. And Ron wasn't ready to play the clip.
No, it wasn't. Sorry. Typing something out.
Here's Jimmy Butler.
We've taken 3 steps, exactly 3 steps in the right direction. But it is important that we be playing our best basketball right now. We're confident, steady breathing life into one another and enjoying each other's success. I think that's what's going to carry us from here on out. We in this thing together. Win, loss, road, home, in the playoffs, these last 2 regular season games, we're in it together.
Here's the scenario for the 4th seed in the conference, right? The Hawks will host the Houston Rockets to finish the season. If Atlanta wins that game, the Knicks then would need to win their final 2 games to have a chance to finish 4th in the Eastern Conference. Now, they would need to beat Charlotte on Saturday and the Celtics on Sunday. 2 winnable games for the Knicks. They also would need the Heat.
Let me stop you real quick. Is that fun to say?
It feels amazing. Tremendous.
Because last year you never would have said that.
Winnable games for the Knicks. What a concept.
What a phrase.
Well, it's been that type of year. So the Knicks would also need, if they're going to get the 4 seed, Miami to lose one of its final 2 games. So the Heat have the Bucks and the Pistons. They're going to beat the Pistons, so it's going to come down to the Bucks. Can the Bucks help the Knicks and beat the Miami Heat?
If Giannis wants the MVP, sure.
That game's Saturday night. So we need the Bucks. If you're a Knicks fan listening, you need the Bucks to beat the Heat Saturday night. If Miami loses to the Bucks, the Knicks obviously could then finish 4th if they were to beat the Hornets and the Celtics over the weekend.
All right, I'm sticking with the Heat for a second because I learned something last night that completely shocked me. I had no idea Udonis Haslem was 40 years old.
He's just collecting a paycheck, baby.
To me, I don't know why, but it feels like he joined the league like 5-6 years ago. I don't know why that thought is in my head. No, I know he's been there. He's got 3 NBA titles.
He was on the team longer than Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
And Dwayne Wade got to the Heat before Dwayne Wade did. Dwayne Wade's retired now.
Yeah. No, I mean, he won the title with the Shaq D Wade team. But I don't know why. It just blew my mind yesterday when I was like, he's 40? He's only been playing for a couple of years, it feels like. I don't know why that is. That shouldn't be. I mean, maybe it's because we just never really hear about him. He just had like this quiet but good, steady career. But it was one of those players, I guess, just flew under the radar for so long. I didn't realize he was 40.
I mean, over the last 5 years, he just sits on the bench and doesn't play. I mean, that was his first game action last night.
And it could be that.
3 minutes in, he gets ejected for headbutting Dwight Howard.
Well,
I don't blame him, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I am just saying. Finally, A-Rod looks like he's moved on from J-Lo. How do you move on from your girlfriend? Your, I guess he proposed. So your fiance, is that the term, right? I think
yes, fiance.
I wouldn't know. I'm a very single man. Alex Rodriguez has moved on because him and Mark Lore, or is it Laurie? I don't know, but he's a tech billionaire. They have purchased the Timberwolves from the owner of the T-Wolves, Glenn Taylor, for $1.5 billion. And look, you know what they say, Ron? The only way to handle breaking up with J-Lo is to buy a sports franchise.
So which franchise will Ben Affleck buy?
Ben Affleck is a slimeball for what he did. The fact that he was allegedly talking to J-Lo back in February. My
if
God.
I'd make him a slimeball, you're just saying that because he's a Red Sox. He's a Boston native.
I like Ben Affleck. He's great in the movie The Town. I felt like I was in the town last weekend when I was in Boston, when I was in the North End, when I was in my cab going to this apartment where my buddies live. I felt like I was in like the car chase scene in The Town. I love Ben Affleck. Phenomenal actor. You know, the movie with him and Matt Damon.
Good Will Hunting.
Thank you. I can't believe I couldn't remember the title. Good Will Hunting is one of my favorite movies ever. Robin Williams, all that. Love it. But I'm sorry. What Ben Affleck did, if he was talking to Jennifer Lopez back in February while A-Rod was still together with her, that's like a major violation of broken.
No, but what's the harm? I mean, they used to have a relationship together.
Yeah, but if he's hitting on her when A-Rod is
How do we know he was hitting on her? You're just assuming what the tabloids tell you.
Well, I'm saying if it's true. I said allegedly. I clarified. I said allegedly.
Come on. He even hit up some poor random girl on Tinder who thought it was a dummy account, and he had to reach out to her and said, "Hey,
why'd you delete me?
Why'd you delete me?
So
this is me. It's really me. I'm Ben."
I'll tell you, it was actually the app Raya, which is basically like celebrity Tinder. You got to be like an influencer to get on that. I applied for Raya. I'm on the wait list. Basically,
didn't you tell him you have a blue check mark?
I mean, apparently having a blue check mark on Twitter doesn't get you on Raya. You got to be a millionaire, or you got to be really hot, a female. Like that's basically how you get on Raya, from what I've been told.
Yeah, girls always have the easy way.
Are you talking about hot girl privilege, Ron?
Yeah.
That is certainly real. Believe me, I've seen it many times.
Because how many bars have you walked into and not buy a drink?
Yeah, no one buys me drinks. That's a good point. Maybe I'm not hot. In fact, I know I'm not. That wraps it up for Quick Hits here on a Friday morning. Coming up next, let's talk about the Yankees COVID outbreak. How do the Yankees have 8 people with the organization that have the virus when they've all been vaccinated? Ryan Cashman explains. We'll play that for you coming up next here on the Jake Asman Show.